Hey guys, it's Becky. Welcome to my channel. I am excited to share today's video with you guys because I think it's something that is super important, but especially this time of year because everybody is rushing around. We all have so many more things to add to our everyday plate of things we already have to do. And you want to make sure that you have time to enjoy Christmas and Thanksgiving and the holidays with your family. You know, my kids are growing just like yours, super fast, too fast. Our oldest is 19 now, our youngest is 13, and it's just a lot of changes. And you know, you feel like you have all the time in the world to do these things and make these memories and have these experiences, and then you turn around and you don't. Everybody says it, but it's definitely true. And so I feel like if you don't do something proactive to make the most of your time and spend the most of your time doing what you really want to and what really fills your cup and what really fulfills you and making those memories, then time is just gonna fly by and you're gonna miss it. So Christmas especially, even though I hate winter, is my favorite time of year otherwise, and I really want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make this Christmas season especially memorable. And now we do have our daughter's boyfriend, who is, we consider family now too, you know, making this Christmas really special with the girls, and then adding him into it as well and trying to make it special for him and kind of welcoming him into our family. You know, it's his first Christmas with us, kind of like what Christmas with us is like. So 5 things that I will do, have done, plan to do to make the most of this Christmas season. And the first thing is to just elevate everyday experiences. You are gonna have things, whether it's Christmas or not, you're gonna have things you have to do. You're gonna have things you have to clean, places you have to go, you know, bills you have to pay. Some things just don't change or stop just because it's the holidays. So I think one of the best ways to savor the season is to elevate those everyday things you're doing anyway. So one thing I like to do, I have a list here if you see me looking down. The first thing I like to do is, I did this in the fall as well, I make a playlist on my music streaming service. So whether you have Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever you have, I have playlists for a variety of things all year long, but especially at Christmas. I have a Christmas cleaning, like more upbeat music that's like, get me in the mood to motivate me to like clean. I have one for like wrapping gifts, or that's kind of the same one since it's all like upbeat traditional Christmas music. I have one for sleeping, just music that sets the mood that's Christmassy. No matter what I'm doing, there's gonna be music for it. And I just think it makes life a lot more fun. Also, I think it's fun to have winter and Christmas themed books. So I have a Christmas word search that I like to do by the Christmas tree. We have Christmas devotionals that we like to do every year. You know, if you like to read nonfiction books, maybe you find some that are winter or Christmas themed. It just makes things a lot more fun, kind of elevates an everyday experience of reading or doing a devotional, but making it Christmas themed. Also, I like to put Christmas lights on my headboard. I don't have them up right now because I am still in the process of getting all of our decorations like out and where they go. But I do, it's a silly string of Christmas lights that I put on my headboard, and it's there for like a month and a half. But it makes me happy, it makes me excited every time I walk by my room or I go to bed at night, just to see that little string of lights glowing on my headboard. It just makes it super cozy and makes going to bed, which is something I do anyway every day, but it makes it more fun and kind of Christmassy and just makes me happy and it warms my heart. So I like that. We also like to play Christmas themed games. One of them we're adding to our collection this year is called Christmas Categories. Basically, it's like Scattergories, if you've ever played that. It's a word game. So you use a specific letter to find how many Christmas themed answers you can come up with. So like if your letter is I, and the category is title of a Christmas song, everybody would have a list, and you have a certain amount of time, and however many Christmas songs that you can come up with that start with the letter I. So like it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, things like that. You would have a list and then compare who got the most after your time is up. So that's really fun. Like I said, I have my Christmas word searches that I do. It's pretty much the only time of year I do word searches is at Christmas time. For some reason, it just seems like the fun thing to do at night. I sit down by the Christmas tree and I do that, and that's fun. So just adding Christmas, little sprinkles of Christmas here and there to things that you might already do anyway makes things a lot more fun. Another thing I try not to do is plan any big home projects or any big project in general during the Christmas season. So for me, Christmas season starts November 1st. And I know people are gonna say, what about Thanksgiving? To me, Thanksgiving and Christmas are all part of the Christmas season. So I'm not skipping Thanksgiving just because I say Christmas season. But anyway, for me, it starts November 1st, the end of the year. I've got the tree up, you know, I've got a lot of stuff going on. I try not to plan any big projects around the house. During the rest of the year, I try to be really motivated, and I have, you know, a list of projects, and we kind of go through, we work them, you know, top priority to the bottom. But this is not the time, and unless you have to, like maybe you have a water leak or like something drastic happens, this is not the time that I want to start any big projects. So as I'm planning my year, I try not to, you know, as we get towards October, I really start to like finalize things that we're working on. Maybe anything that needs to be done before winter, we try to get that done. For example, the last big push we had to make before Christmas was we had a support post on our privacy fence that had to be replaced. And like, we got to get that done before Christmas, but also before it gets too cold. But now that's done. And really, we're not going to have any big projects to worry about until after Christmas is over and the tree is down and it's a new year. So encourage you guys to do the same. I'm all for being productive and getting things done, but you have a lot of other months during the year to try to get those things done. Now is probably not the time to do that because it's going to stress you out, make your house a mess, and you're not going to be able to enjoy the holidays if you are stressed out over some big project. Another thing I'd recommend any time of the year, but especially during the holiday season, is to put down your phone. Time goes by so quickly when you're on your phone. Do you ever just pick it up to like check an email or quickly look at Instagram, and then you look up and you realize you've been on your phone for an hour and you maybe don't even remember why you got on your phone to begin with. It just makes time go so fast. And here is this time of the year where I want to kind of like encapsulate it. I want to kind of make it like a snow globe and make time go as slowly as possible. And if I'm on my phone, it's going to go faster than it has to, or it's going to seem like it does. And it's filling my mind with things that more than likely I don't really need to look at anyway. It's not relevant, it's not important, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So being really proactive and intentional about putting your phone down, encouraging your family to put your phone down, meal times, you know, nighttime, whatever time you want to set or however much time you want to designate as screen-free time, no phones. And that will really, I think, help to at least seemingly elongate the time that you're having during the Christmas season. So that's something I want to do. And a social media Sabbath is also a good idea. Now, a Sabbath can be one day for you. Maybe it's one day a week that nobody goes on their phones unless it's an emergency. Maybe it's the entire month. Who knows? It's up to you to really decide. But I would encourage you to really think about and pray about what your phone is doing for you and what your phone is taking from you, because there are definite pros and cons to having a phone around all the time. One thing I want to do too is we do this every year. I actually shared for fall the last couple years our fall bucket list. People think, well, your kids are older, why do you need a bucket list? That's like a little kid thing. Even though my kids are 19 and 13 and I'm 43 and my husband's 41, like we need to be intentional. We need to plan things, because if we don't sit down and plan what we want to do, time goes too fast. The season will be over and we'll look back and be like, man, we forgot to do this. We forgot to go do that. So every year, for as long as I can remember, I've asked the girls for summer, for fall, and for Christmas time, what do you want to do? And yeah, there's usually a lot of the same traditional things on there, but we also try to add fun things, different things. And now that we have our oldest daughter's boyfriend in the mix, you know, he's got his own list of things that he wants to do, which is completely different than what we typically do. So it's really fun to kind of get everybody's lists and kind of merge them together. What's realistic, you know, with cost or location or time or weather or whatever. Try to pick and choose a little bit as much as possible from everybody's list, yours included. You get to add to the bucket list too. Just because you're the parent doesn't mean you don't have an idea of what you want to do, and that what you want to do shouldn't be made time for, or there shouldn't be time made for what you want to do, is what I'm trying to say. So get everybody's idea of what they want to do for Christmas/winter. Pull the ideas, look through them together, decide what's realistic, what can we make happen, and then actually sit down and somewhat schedule it in. Because if you don't, you can have this list of great ideas all you want, but if you don't take that extra step to take it from this paper to a calendar, you're more than likely not ever going to get it done, because time does go by quickly. You have other things to do, you have jobs, you have sports, you have school. You're going to miss out on all that stuff. So I'm actually pretty much done. I'm still working on like compiling everybody's lists and like picking and choosing what we think we can actually get done, and then penciling it in based on everybody's schedule. Maybe we can do this day. Maybe we can go to Louisville and do this day. You know, so be really intentional about that. I really encourage you guys to do that. That will make the most of any season that you have. If you have that bucket list and you take that list and you actually pencil in when you can get it done. And then kind of going along with that is my last and my fifth tip, is also make time to do nothing. You know, there's something to be said for like being busy and doing all these fun things and making cookies and looking at Christmas lights and doing this and doing that and going here and going there. There's something great about that, and it's really fun. But there's also the negative that can come from it, where you're staying so busy that you don't really have time to just relax. And I know a lot of our best conversations that we've had as a family, or it's just me and the kids, has been when there's no TV on, we don't have anywhere to be, there's nobody that like is on their phone or whatever, and we're just having a conversation. And I think this time of year especially, it's just a really fun time to hunker down with your family. Maybe you have your tree up. You're just sitting around and just talking and just kind of being together. So making sure that while you are being intentional about planning things that you want to do, make sure that you're also making time to do nothing. Those are my 5 tips for how to be slow and peaceful and relaxed and intentional during the Christmas season. Whatever that means to you. Some people think, you know, so some people that's the day after Thanksgiving, but to me, it's the entire month of November and going through, you know, the day after Christmas. And then once that, you know, I start taking down the tree, and then I start looking at the next year of like getting remotivated for new projects and new things we're gonna do, and kind of looking ahead for a new year. Whatever that means for you, I hope this video was really helpful and gave you some ideas of how you can slow down time as much as possible, be proactive as much as possible in grabbing these moments and these memories and these times that you have, because they will pass you by if you are not careful. So I hope it was helpful. If it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'll link my gift guide playlist for you guys. Every gift video I've made for your girls' Christmas, birthday, and Easter, and then also any men's or women's gift guides that I've made are in that playlist. If you need some gift ideas for the people in your life this year, I think you'll find tons of videos there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.